Hello, my little baby. Hello, today. It's a Sunday and we can't see you. 'Cause you're in a tummy and 'cause it's a pandemic. Love you. Can't wait to see you. My little baby friend. Hey, baby. Hello, baby. Right, we've got a story today. And this is just a little one. It's very bright, this book. I'll show you when you're born and stuff. It's called One Day in the Jungle. One day in the jungle, there was a little sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, butterfly, said Lizard. Next day in the jungle, there was a not quite so little sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Lizard, said Parrot. Next day in the jungle, there was a medium-sized sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Parrot, said Monkey. Next day in the jungle, there was a big sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Monkey, said Tiger. Next day in the jungle, there was a very big sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Tiger, said Hippo. Next day in the jungle, there was an enormous sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Hippo, said Elephant. Next day in the jungle, there was a gigantic sneeze. Achoo! Bless me, said Elephant. I've blown away the jungle. That's the end. I love you. Bye, baby.
Bye, baby.
Hey, baby. Right. After last night's rubbishy town mouse and country mouse. See, I can't speak tonight because I'm so tired. But anyway, after that ridiculousness, we're going to go and read one that we've read before because it's one of my absolute favourites, and I think you'll enjoy hearing it again now that you've heard it once already. So you might have guessed already, I don't know, but it's... Winter, do you want to say what it is?
It's Giraffes Can't Dance. Oh, I like this one.
Giraffes Can't Dance. Winter wasn't here when we read this the first time, so...
I really like this book.
I can't wait till you can see the illustrations for it as well, because it's really cool. Okay, so, Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe, whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awful bandy, and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold a jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald, he felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango, which was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Ha! Look at clumsy Gerald!" The animals all laughed. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool! Oh, Gerald, don't be daft!" Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on. "But sometimes, when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. to me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hoofs had started shuffling, making circles in the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his arms out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault, and he leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I am dancing, I am dancing, I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on, and they watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How is it that you dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twizzled round and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed that. I really do enjoy reading that story. It's fun and Gerald's great. And also, I can't dance, so I feel like kind of kinship with Gerald there. Although I don't think I'm going to be somersaulting at any point, but who knows? Nah, I'm not. But I might do a little bit of sort of dancing. We'll see. We'll see how things go. All right, baby. Love you.
Love you, baby.
Night.
Night.
Hello there, baby. Happy Easter. You don't know what Easter is yet, but you get eggs and like chocolate eggs and stuff, and decorate eggs and eat nice food and normally get together with people that you care about, but we still can't really do that kind of thing just now. So, but you know, well, anyway. So today we're just going to do a short one because it's quite late now. Quite nice pictures. This one. It's not a Hans Christian Andersen one because they take a bit long. This one's called Clarence the Nosy Dragon. Clarence is a very nosy dragon. He pokes his long green nose into everything. "No good will come of this," warns his aunt. "One day you will end up in a lot of trouble." Clarence takes no notice of his aunt's words. "I'm not really nosy," he says. "I am what you call interested in things." He opens his aunt's bag when she comes home from shopping. He finds the train set she's bought him for his birthday. He looks into his aunt's workbox. He finds the scarf that she is knitting him. He peeps into the cake tin in the cupboard. He finds his birthday cake. "Why did you do it, Clarence?" asks his aunt. "Now you've spoiled all your surprises." But Clarence cannot stop. He lifts the lids of boxes. He unties the tops of sacks. He opens cupboards and pulls out drawers. "I'm only interested in things," he says. But really, he is the nosiest dragon that has ever lived. One morning, Clarence is on his way to school. He sees a little pile of white powder on the path. Then another. And another. He follows the trail of powder until he comes to a signpost. I have no idea where this story's going. To the left is the way to school.
What? This is serious white powder.
To the right, the trail of powder trickles on. Clarence makes up his mind. He goes right. Of course he does. On and on the trail reads. I can hardly see because my glasses have got tears all over them now. Hold on a minute. On and on the trail leads. Up hills and down valleys. Clarence does not give up. He wants to know what lays at the end of the trail. He follows it along the road, across the bridge, and up the door and up to the door of a windmill. Clarence does not stop to think. He pulls open the door and goes in. Oh, Clarence. It is quite dark inside the mill. Clarence pokes his nose into every corner. He finds wheels, chains, and levers. He finds sacks of corn and sacks of flour. He finds mice hiding in the corn bin. What an interesting place, says Clarence. Now, I wonder what this does. Clarence! He pulls hard on a shiny brass lever. I don't think he should have done that. He soon finds out. Above his head, the sails of the windmill turn. The big millstone moves slowly around. Clouds of flour begin to fill the air. A strong gust of wind blows through the windmill as the sails turn round. The door slams shut. Clarence pulls as hard as he can, but it will not open. Oh, wails Clarence. If only I had not been so nosy. I mean interested. He tries to climb out of the window, but it's too small. It is also a long way down to the ground. I guess he can't fly yet. I will have to call for help, although I will end up in trouble, just like my aunt always says. He shivers at the thought of his aunt. Oh, I hope you don't shiver at the thought of me, little one. The farmers are puzzled. The windmill sails are turning, but today is the day the miller always goes into town. Clarence puts his head out of the window. Help! Help! He calls. Now, when dragons are frightened, they breathe fire. So the farmers suddenly see flames leaping out of the windmill window. Fire! They shout. Fetch some water! The farmers begin to run through the streets with buckets of water. Some even have hoses. They throw the water over the windmill. A jet of water hits Clarence at the window. He pulls his head inside quickly and he's soaking wet. They must stop, says Clarence. The water will spoil the miller's flour. He shouts out of the window again. Stop! Stop! But flames shoot out of his mouth. Another jet of water sprays over him. He runs upstairs to a higher window. The farmers think the fire has spread. Again, they turn their hoses on Clarence. Oh, dearie me, it's all kicked off, hasn't it? Yeah. Clarence sits on a flour sack. He does not know what to do next. I think the fire is out, says one of the farmers. Time to break down the door. Inside, they found a mountain of sticky, soggy flour and a wet, unhappy dragon. Water runs off him at every corner. At that moment, the miller comes down the street, home from town. Oh dear. The miller's not going to be happy, is he?
No.
Clarence is in deep trouble. The farmers are cross. The miller is very cross. His aunt is very, very cross. I always said you would end up in trouble, she scolds. And I was right. She was. Clarence sneezes unhappily. I'm very sorry, he says. I promise not to be quite so nosy in the future. Oh, I thought he was going to say, I mean interesting, but he didn't. That was just the end. He learnt his lesson, I suppose. Poor Clarence. Well, I think he just learnt that he shouldn't go following trails of white powder that he finds in the forest.
Yeah, you can do that.
Don't follow the trail of white powder. Don't do it. It's very silly.
Don't press big red buttons.
Or levers of any kind, unless you know specifically what they're for and you know you're allowed to do it. Just don't be doing it. Just don't. Ask somebody if you're interested. Yeah? Alright, baby. Love you. Happy Easter. Bye.